The governor of Virginia stands against homeschoolers attending public school sporting events and participating, calling it the Tim Tebow rule. Take a look. Tim Tebow reports are that he was homeschooled by his parents, but he also wanted to participate in sports. Mm-hmm. He's a good football player, obviously, and in sports, but he couldn't because they had some law that said if you were homeschooled that you couldn't go to public schools. But if you are a tax-paying citizen, you're paying for public schools, whether you're teaching at home. And I'm excited too about, the new education secretary for
DeVos
yes. for the country, for working for the president, because she is all about redirecting those funds that you pay your tax dollars to be able to take your kid wherever you want to go, whether it's homeschool or a certain private school.
And the parents decide. The parents decide where they want to go. The parents get the money, which is a beautiful thing, that the teachers don't decide what's best for the students.
Right.
The parents decide what's best for the students.
Exactly. And so Tim wanted to go play sports, but you couldn't. The law at that time wouldn't allow it. So they made a new law, I believe it in Florida, where if you are in school, even if you're homeschooled, you could actually participate in the local school's athletic program. Mm-hmm. Well, you're looking here in Virginia. Governor Terry McAuliffe of Virginia, it says right here in CBN, it says, has effectively sidelined all homeschool athletes in the state whom he's a part of. It's called the Tim Tebow bill.
Tebow bill.
So you're looking for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. The governor has vetoed. It's not they're passing it, but he's vetoed. I mean, come on. I mean, think about that. That's why DeVos, Secretary of Education DeVos, she's so exciting. This lady is a huge answer to prayer. She's a believer. She is a philanthropist now, but her husband founded a company called Amway, the American Way.
American Way.
Being able to, it's a multi-level marketing type products company, and now they're no longer, I guess, doing it. But they have, I think some billions of dollars of income based off that. And they've been spending their own money to make education better. Now she's over the education department. She went through the approval phase. They gave her a real hard time. But we're looking at the potential end of what started in the Jimmy Carter administration. Sometimes when things happen, we think it's forever. It's been around forever. But the truth is there was no Department of Education prior to Jimmy Carter. Mm-hmm. And we used to have the Panama Canal prior to Jimmy Carter. He gave that away and started a little small organization called the Department of Education, and now it's this huge
monstrosity.
Yeah, where the leader of the union says openly that, hey, we're so powerful because we have money and money talks. And it's like, what about educating the kids? Yeah. What about the voice of the kids? And DeVos is taking it back to the kids again, and it looks like it needs to come into Virginia, and they're vetoing someone who's paying taxes for the local schools, which means you're paying for the athletics program. And if you got the GPA to be able to show for it, you can participate in the football and sports and volleyball. And I think Pat was in tennis or something like that when he was in.
He was really good.
Croquet, something like that. But I think Pat should be able to do croquet if he wants to do croquet, or whatever that particular thing's called. But it's called the Tim. It's not really officially called the Tebow bill, but we refer to it as that because, look, this man has done some amazing things. As a matter of fact, he's playing out here from, Elijah was talking, one of our interns, the Cactus League.
Cactus League in
Arizona.
Yeah.
I was wondering why it's called the Cactus League until I found out it was in Arizona. And I hear he's doing pretty good, and we were hoping that he gets picked up, and we hope to have some stories about what's taking place. Who doesn't want a player who can lay hands on the sick and they recover? You remember that player that went down?
Yeah.
And he, not a player, but a fan member went down, and he stopped what he was doing. He walked over, he laid hands on the man, and all of a sudden, I think he had seizures going on, epileptic seizures or something, and all of a sudden, peace came over him.
Yeah, and it's encouraging.
Who doesn't want a player like that?
I would definitely want somebody on my team. But you think about it too, and it's just like there's been a lot of in many different sports arenas. You have let's say someone with excessive talent coming on the team, but they're an individual. Tim Tebow is the hallmark of a team player. Like when he comes, he understands the fact that himself last and the team first. And it's beautiful to see in every city he goes to.
Well, I don't know, because when he was a quarterback for the college and the team didn't catch up, he left the team behind and just ran and made touchdowns.
So that too.
But hey, if you want touchdowns, you want Tim Tebow, right? Hey, ever how we can get there. Mm-hmm. But I remember he pushed himself so hard, he fell out, and he started having like it was a scary thing. But yeah, he kind of left the team. You remember that in those days? I guess not. So and of course Colorado, Denver, they were talking about that was their concern, was he was just trying to push through. But it was like what, March the 16th. He was born on 3/16. The sun came up on 3/16. All these, whatever it was.
316 yards.
Yeah, 316 yards.
31. Yeah.
But he pushed and made those touchdowns. It's like, do you want to win, or do you want everybody to have a chance to play?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think he's like a Samson. If you think about it, he has that anointing just to be able to push through. If you say, I have a workout DVD that I haven't even opened yet because I saw it on television. I thought, man, if I work out like that, he drags like trucks and tires and pushes things around.
He does a documentary called In Between the Lines.
Yeah, that's what I do. So I just pick up the DVD and go like this, and remember what he did. Get a little sweat going on, all that kind of stuff. But he's an amazing player. I thank God for Tim Tebow and his witness and all the sports figures that are standing up for God. Cam Newton, oh my goodness. I like this guy. Did you see where he came into the hospital to visit that child? Oh my goodness. You got to take a look at this. Some little child that's a fan of Cam Newton, and he took the time to be able to go in to the hospital to see him. And it took a while for the kid to realize that here he's in the hospital bed. And when he sees him, all of a sudden he just grabs out and just grabs him. As a matter of fact, take a look at this. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? You doing all right? What's up? You doing good? I feel your heart, man. You're going 1,000 miles per hour, man. You doing all right? Nice to see you, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Doing good? That's Cam Newton. It's so awesome to see these players, to do so many. I think he's known for the dab. Is that right?
So I've heard. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Can you do the dab for us?
I'm not exactly sure what exactly that is.
I think you you smell your elbow.
Do you want to demonstrate it?
I don't know it. Do you know it? So the interns are showing us how it works, but we'll just trust that you actually know about the dab. I think that Paul Ryan was swearing in some congressman, and one of the congressman's sons came up and did the dab, and they kind of stopped him between the dab and kind of made it uncool and pushed him out of the way. It's a thing that was started by Cam Newton. I was hoping that they were going to be in the Super Bowl, nothing personal to ALT, but Atlanta, but I was hoping it was going to be them and the Patriots. But it was kind of cool how it turned out. If you didn't see it, it was pretty cool. Thank you for watching VFNtv. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. A lot of people want to abide with the Lord, but they just don't have a plan to do it. You can request that plan today at iabide.org. Don't forget you can join us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download our app and sign up for our newsletter, The Torch, at VFNtv.com.